part of Carmel-by-the-Sea at L'Auberge Carmel, a Relais Châteaux property, and I have the honor of being here with Ramon Serrano, General Manager of L'Auberge Carmel. And Ramon, I had an incredible experience at L'Auberge Carmel. Everything was impeccable, from the hospitality to the service, and some of the highlights of my experience were the amazing continental breakfast at Aubergine. I love how everything was served in cast iron skillets. Good. And also the heated floors in the rooms. It was so nice that I didn't have to put my slippers on in the morning.
It's a little bit chilly.
Yeah, exactly. And also the lemon cookies that were brought to my room, they were too good. And if I could have some to go, that would be amazing.
We can see what we can do for you.
Okay, sounds good. And so Ramon is going to take us on a 3-block trot, showing us recommended places to visit and things to do while in Carmel-by-the-Sea. And Ramon, can you give us an overview of where you're taking us today?
Yes, I thought that we would go to a couple of eclectic shops that I really enjoy here in town, as well as a couple of places that are more for food and beverage. So I was thinking of Dogs and Englishmen, which is a really great bike shop, as well as the Dawson Arcade, which has so many interesting, different and quirky places inside.
Cool.
Then I thought we'd stop by Continental, which is a really great Italian restaurant here in town, and then Carriage cellars for some bubbles, which are always a good call at any time of day.
Exactly.
And then lastly, I thought we'd go by Châteaux, which is a fine high-end watch shop, and then finally stopping by Dawson Fine Art Gallery.
Perfect. Let's go on our 3-block trot.
So this is the great shop, Dogs and Englishmen, that I was mentioning. Some really phenomenal and very interesting bikes, please, after you.
Thank you.
And they're a relatively new shop here in town, but a phenomenal addition to everything else that Carmel has to offer. Let's take a look.
Great. I like the one in the window.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for me, I want to not only go exploring Carmel, but I want to go exploring 17-mile drive. I want to go exploring Point Lobos. You know, all the magical areas that they read about, they hear about, and what better way than do it on a very stylish bike, and particularly an electric stylish bike. You know, because let's face it, when you're doing many miles in your day, particularly on a hot day, you don't want to put like all this effort into it and then get to your favorite destination worn out and tired and all the rest of it. You want to get there looking really like you're ready to basically go and enjoy your meal or go and have a drink at the bar or whatever.
Pull up on your fancy bike.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And that's another reason why, I know you look for the helmets, that's another reason why we look far and wide for some very stylish helmets. Because we figured quite simply that you look at me, you know, and we look at each other and we're like, what would we like to pull up wearing when we go out on our bikes? What would we like to walk into the bar carrying when we walk into the bar? And so we invested heavily on finding some really beautiful helmets. And that's why the helmets that we have there really do complement the bikes.
Yeah, live a stylish life, right?
A stylish life, yeah. Like Jennifer, she's over there now telling that couple all the best places to go and visit on their bikes.
That's fun, like a curated bike ride.
Yeah, and you know, and that's really part of what we do. It's not so much about just a bike; it's all about the experience for us. And we want everybody to go away from here and sharing that. You know, that's really what we're about. We want to be the go-to place in Carmel, where you go and have a beautiful ride, and then you go and have a beautiful meal, you go and have some beautiful wine, you meet some beautiful people, and you go home and you rave about the next time you want to go there and tell all your family and friends about it. And we want to be part of that story.
All right, so the next place I wanted to show you was the Dowd Craft Arcade. And it has so many really interesting shops and different really cool things that anyone coming to Carmel should definitely visit.
So what's your favorite shop in here?
One of my favorite shops, and definitely a really unique one, is the sock shop, which is just around the corner.
Oh, cool. Let's check it out. Oh wow, we've got some fun ones in here.
It's a whole wall of fun over here, yes?
It is. This would be a good white elephant gift.
Yeah, especially the surfing Santa or some of the
Yeah.
dogs here and so on. Anything you want.
Exactly. Santa's like right on.
All right, so the next place here is Carriage Cellars, really famous here in town for their bubbles more than anything
Ooh,
else.
perfect. Has my name written on it. So what are you pouring us?
This is our 2012 Brut Cuvée. So this is done method Champenois, 60% Chardonnay, 40% Pinot Noir. Super fruity and acidic and dry. It's actually my personal favorite. I get a lot of lemon, pineapple, and lemon, so it's really, really balanced.
Oh, very nice. I like the color too. It's very golden. Perfect. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, we're going to do the 16 Pinot.
Very good. I like the glass too.
Good. So the place that I thought would be a really good showcase for the restaurants here in town is Canada Luca. It's one of the most popular Italian restaurants in town. And what really distinguishes them is that they make everything in-house. All of their pastas are made in-house. They have this big, huge salumi room where they cure so many of their own meats. And it's just a really interesting spot.
Wow, that's amazing. I love salumi.
Yes, no, it's quite fantastic, everything that they have here. And they have an aging program where some are aging for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and so on. So they have a run the gamut of what they have.
We make everything in-house. So we have actually a pasta maker, we have a bread maker, we have a pastry maker. All of those are actually different positions and they are just focusing on those tasks. This is absolutely amazing to do. Our chef is also a butcher, so he actually brings whole animals and he actually like selects what is going to be into his salumi or on our meat selections for the dinner menu. We actually do also a lot of, what else do we do actually? Now I have a hole into it, but yes, everything that is in-house made is how we actually do the differentiation. The pasta are absolutely exquisite.
Yeah.
We're very proud also to say that, I don't know if you saw the meat locker at the entrance of the bar, we actually do all of our salumi on the board that we serve in the restaurants are actually all made in-house.
That's amazing.
They age from like 3 months all the way to 3 years. Yes. And after to pair with all of our foods, we actually do all of our cocktails also in-house, all of the preparations for the cocktails, which is very important to us. That goes with the syrups, with the limoncello, kumquatcello, limoncello. All of the garnishes also are prepared, dehydrated in-house. We try not to buy anything pre-made. On our wine selections, as you can see,
it's pretty incredible.
We're mainly Italian and domestic.
Wow.
So Italian wine, we try to actually reach every areas of Italy.
All right, so the next place is one of my favorite watch shops here in town called Châteaux. And they have some really, really unbelievable pieces that are just works of art.
Can you tell me about your store?
Yes, so we've been established a watch shop in Carmel, in this location for 15 years. And always trying to carry some of the more unusual brand. So maybe I can show you some of the Zenith watch.
Sure.
One of the great watch manufacturers going
Yeah.
back from 1865. Always been making some fantastic products.
Okay. Yeah, they look very nice. Oh, I like the large dials and numbers.
And some reminiscent of some pilot instrument watches. One of the reasons of their large size and big hands and numbers, so they were needed for pilots to be able to see the time at night.
Wow, that's an interesting.
Two instruments, exactly.
Wow, great. And what other brands do you carry here?
Okay, we have also Parmigiani, which is our wonderful manufacturer, also making some fantastic product, which is also from Switzerland. Then Nomos is another manufacturer, and they are located in Germany, which is one of the finest locations in La Cité where they're produced.
Very nice.
Maybe I can guide you to that.
Sure.
And show you.
I'd love to see it. It's like a toy and a watch.
That's right, exactly.
fine. So for the last stop, I thought Dawson Cole Fine Art, featuring this really unbelievable bronze sculptures of Richard McDonald, just really unbelievable things and just mind-blowing. So definitely an okay last stop.
Perfect. Let's check it out.
Thanks.
He is famous for the movement in his work, the amount of detail, and the emotion. He always has a live model. So every piece, these are all real people, spitting image of them. They do these poses and moves in front of him. He has a photographic memory. So literally, so never takes a photo or works on a photo. Also, he asks the models not to be still, not to pose, so that he can observe, walk all around them, since he is sculpting them three-dimensionally. And he wants to capture the movement, and he wants to pick the moment. So the works have life, they're not static.
Thanks so much for taking us on a 3-block trot around town. I had a fabulous time.
As did I. Thanks so much for coming to see us here in town, and thanks for letting me show you around.
Thank you. And plan your next vacation getaway at L'Auberge Carmel and check out the places that Ramon recommended.